Welcome to the Mindful Play Summit. Today we have Leah Morrison, known for her small frame and big personality. Leah's heart-led, no-nonsense approach teaches you that your story is not your limitation, but your superpower. As a trauma-informed coach that incorporates energetic healing, mindfulness, and meditation into self-care instruction, Leah's ability to see the unseen, to explain the unfelt, and to reach into the root of what is holding you back is unparalleled within the healing community. Whether you're working through chronic pain, disease, or dis-ease such as depression, anxiety, thought patterns, or limiting belief systems, Leah shares valuable tools that create dramatic transformations in all areas of your life. Dramatic! Woo! Welcome, Leah. Thank you so much for coming to speak today with us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. I want to give you a little bit of a shoulder shimmy.
We can do the shoulder shimmy. I'm good with that.
All right, so today you're here to talk to us about the Octopus Theory. So I would love for you to share with our listeners, what is that theory that you came up with, and how did you come about that?
Well, I used to do these workshops in the high schools, and I really needed to find a way that was going to reach the kids and teach them about their emotional output and how to control the input. Give them a sense of control when they're feeling their friends' emotions, or when awful words come at them, or bullying, or feeling very, very overwhelmed in their own right and within their peer group and stuff. So came up with this Octopus Theory, which is really about teaching you emotional accountability and how to manage how you're feeling physically as well as emotionally when you're in large groups of people, which, I mean, you go shopping on a Sunday to Costco, maybe not right now with COVID, but when you do, or when you go to a family event, or when you go to a dinner party where you're networking or you're walking into the office, how are you managing everybody else's bad day? This is how it's going to come into play, and that's how I came up with the Octopus Theory.
Beautiful. So how does the Octopus Theory work, and how can we implement it within our everyday?
Well, the really cool thing, first, the reason I came up with the octopus is because it's one of the most intelligent animals in the sea. It is so beautiful. And it always has 8 appendages, 8 tentacles with the octopus. And 8 is a very, very powerful numerological number. And when you flip it onto the side, it's infinity. So I wanted to explain the infinite exchange of energy that we all have. And we all do have this energetic field, scientifically proven energetic field about us. So our field go out, can't really see all of my arms, but our field goes out as far as the arms can go, as far as your fingertips. And when you think about how many people come within arm's reach throughout the day, it's really exhausting when you, for example, have you ever walked into a mall or a shopping center or into a family dinner and you were in a great mood before you got there, and then within about 5 minutes you're irritable, you maybe have a headache, you're exhausted, you are hungry, or maybe lose your appetite. And we often come up against that when we get overwhelmed within the energies around us without realizing that we're depleting our own selves. Being grounded really helps us do that. And this exercise with the octopus was about teaching how to ground yourself, using the visualization with it to go into play, and then taking control of your environment instead of the environment controlling you.
Beautiful. I absolutely love that. Yeah. So let's just say I'm out in the mall and I'm starting to recognize within myself these feelings. What intention can I set? How does this work? What do I visualize? Give me the goods.
Okay, so I want you to imagine that everybody, you and I as well, and anybody else that you're around, has this octopus sitting right on your head, right here, just section, and all of the tentacles are out. There's 8 of them, and they're all out. And you go through, what's an environment that you go through all of the time? Like a large environment. So we can use you as an example.
Large environment would be grocery store, for sure.
Okay, so let's imagine you're walking into the grocery store. Within a few minutes, how many people do you think down 2 aisles that you've come across within those 2 aisles?
Quite a few. I would say roughly anywhere from 5 to 10 people.
Yeah, even now with COVID, when we have our mask on and stuff, we still come into that contact. So when we picking up all of those energies, your octopus is hungry all of the time. All of the time. Mine is a beautiful yellow. She wears a top hat. She has lashes for days. You know, you got to have fun with your octopus. It's a part of who you are, right? So think of your favorite color. That's what your octopus should look like, because it's a part of you and the joy. But our octopus are hungry all of the time. They cannot differentiate between the good energy and the bad energy. I've had a really bad day or I've had a really great day. So all they want to do is when they pass by somebody They just want to reach out and grab a bit of their energy. So you'll notice as you're walking by, your tentacles are going out and grabbing all of that energy. Within about 5 to 10 minutes, you're literally a patchwork of everybody else's day around you, which is why we start to feel exhausted and depleted or hungry or get a headache or anything like that. But what if you could control that octopus before you even walked into the store? What if somebody else's energetic day or their emotion that day didn't have a chance to affect you because you established control first? So doing that is to ground yourself. And when we ground ourselves, we want to come into our body. And when we are in our body, we are in alignment, we are in control. Our emotional output, we're very aware of, and we're very, very present in the moment. So the reason I came up with the octopus with 8 is to take 8 solid breaths. So before you go into that grocery store, when you're sitting in the car, even when you're walking in, you can do this walking, you do this in the shower, you could do it anywhere, or you could sit in silence and close your eyes and imagine, what color is your octopus, Crystal?
My octopus is purple. She's got pink spots, and she also wears a very fluffy hat.
Sassy, I like it.
Sassy.
So you're going to imagine your octopus, you're going to take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine one of those octopus appendages, tentacles, coming all the way down. And taking another nice deep breath in, and on your second exhale, you imagine the second tentacle coming all the way down. And we do this for 8 seconds. A cool little nervous system hack is when you extend your exhale longer than your inhale, you're indicating, you're telling your nervous system, it's time to calm down. We need to bring it into center and into focus. So making, even counting, breathing in for 4 and out for 6. It's just this minor little brain hack to bring your system down. So as you do your 8 breaths, which will take you less than a minute, as you do your 8 breaths, you are now in a cocoon of an octopus, right? You can imagine all of your octopus tentacles are down and sweeping the floor. You can even peek out if you want to. But what's happening when you do that? Number one, you just grounded your whole system. You told your nervous system it's time to chill. We're going in, cool as a cucumber. And you're controlling your emotional input. So now, if you can visualize that you are protected by all of these tentacles that are down, that means that somebody else coming in with their wily little tentacles that don't know how to control themselves can't actually get into your energetic field, can actually access that and take away any of your happiness, because that's, you are in control. It's nobody else's fault or anybody else's. Have you ever heard of those, that saying of the energy vampires? Oh, they're such an energy vampire and they take everything away. That's not a them problem. That is a you problem. Yeah. And the reason it's a you problem is because you're not controlling your own self. So when you do this type of exercise, quantum theory is the moment you see it, you feel it, and you think it, you can move that energy in quantum time. So when you use your mind's eye, which is the beautiful thing about us, we are the only species that we know of in the world that can create an alternate reality in our head. When we do that, we talk to our body at the same time. We calm our nervous system down. We ground ourselves in, and we are calm. And then anybody else that's coming at us really cannot affect us. It doesn't matter. You could just smile that bad grocery cart pusher away. This is really effective at Christmas time. Or when you're in the car trying to find a parking lot. It doesn't really matter, but it's also really effective for kids and teenagers. I do this theory with my 12-year-old son going into his middle school. It's really important that they understand that they are in control of their behavior all of the time. And unless they allow somebody else's behavior and energy to affect them, then that is it's a them problem, not a you problem, right? So what can you do for yourself in this moment to take control of your emotion, your energy, and your physical experience? Because I know that whenever I used to go to family dinners, it was a lot of emotional labor. I felt exhausted by the end, and sometimes I would have to recover for a day or two. I feel the same thing when I go shopping or grocery shopping. I'm around so many people, I'm on my feet, everybody's emotions are irritating me. I become more irritated, and then I'm not the best that I can be. But when I put this theory into play, I go in prepared. I go in doing the work, and I come out feeling fantastic. I have quite a few clients who've used this within their office environments and have actually sent me drawings and pictures of octopus sitting on their heads, and they got little stuffy octopuses to remind them that this can be done, that you just have to implement a visual practice and then you reap the rewards within your body.
So beautiful. As you're talking, you know, for those watching and listening, I do know Leah, and I have been practicing her octopus theory, and I even implement it with my children. What I've recognized is that intention piece. Setting that intention makes a huge difference. And I've tried it not doing it, going in, and then doing it and going in, and such a huge difference, you know, and allowing the children to have fun with it too, right? If you're implementing it with your children.
I know. I love my lashes on my lady because I will not get fake lashes in real life. So I'm like, lashes for days, please. She just shines out. You ever see those cars with lashes on the headlights? That's how I imagine her.
Yeah. Now, okay, so when you talk, of course, and you tell, you know, close your eyes and vision, I drop in right away. And for our listeners watching, the reason I feel like I have this connection to drop in right away is because I do listen to your guided meditation. So with Leah today, she has a special resource for each and every one of you to download. So I'll let you kind of talk about your free gift meditation and where our listeners can find that.
Well, you can go and find the meditation on my website, and the specific one that I'm giving out for free is called Break Free. I wrote it for COVID. I wrote it for you to really climb out of all of the pressures and the expectations and the fears and the anxieties that we're all moving through in life right now, and being able to find that freedom within yourself. And we can be free the moment we align in, the moment we expand into ourselves instead of out into the world. When we can take that mindful peace and sit inside of it, we become free and stress-free, and our whole system starts to calm down. So if you go onto www.leahmorrison.com and click under the services, you'll see meditations there, and there will be a free meditation for you labeled Break Free.
Yay! We will also post the link below for those of you that are watching. I just want to share my appreciation, Leah. Your Octopus Theory has really made a difference in my life, and I hope all of our listeners can try it out and have fun with it too. Is there anything else you wanted to speak about with our listeners today before we wrap up the call?
I think it's just about understanding that everything starts and ends with you. So when we're going out into public, when we're dealing with other people's emotions and energies, it's really taking a look at ourselves, that nobody else can make us feel this way if we don't allow it to happen. And the reason we cannot allow it to happen is by taking control of our body and feeling grounded and present in the moment. And when we get scattered, we get reactive. And when we get centered, we become reflective. And I think that's the most important piece, is to become reflective. And through that, we become more emotionally accountable to ourselves and our community around us.
So beautifully put. Thank you so much for taking the time to connect with us today, and we'll chat with you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.